All right, so this is going to be a very interesting piece of the channeling part. So, you know how you can channel light beings and passed on loved ones in spirit and all those things in the spirit world and in God's universe? You can also channel spirit embodied. So what's spirit embodied? Plants, animals, yes, your pets. You can hear everything they're saying. You can know exactly what they need and what they want. You just have to attune your energy to theirs. Trees. Yes, trees hold their very own consciousness and have epic wisdom to share with all of us. The birds, when they're singing their song, they're all talking to you. You can consciously channel and have a conversation and get a channel from the trees, from your pets, from animals. That's why we have spirit animals, spirit guides, right? We want to channel spirit guides. Some of your spirit guides, they are spirit that's not in the body, but I just want to say, let me tell you, Ellen says, there are living spirit guides who effortlessly help the consciousness, and you may attune to them here and there or hear them here and there through a ripple of consciousness that might give you a direct answer to the thing you are wondering or thinking about. So that is somebody who is a living embodied spirit guide here for this massive awakening and all of the things that are happening on the planet. So there's living spirit guides, living animals you can connect to. Your pets are there for you. We think we're taking care of them, but actually they're taking care of us. They're guiding and directing us. They can also help us learn lessons. Side note, that is very true. I've learned that from my animals and other people's experiences with their animals. So if you're an animal communicator, you're channeling the animals, or you're having a spirit conversation with your animals. This and that are true. There's also living people you can channel. So sometimes if you guys have been following me for a while, or if you've seen some of my live channels, or so, even in these classes, people's loved ones who are alive, their spirits sometimes show up too. And I can relay what their spirit is talking to me, the living person, relaying to the person who's receiving the message in front of me. Both are true and are for higher self purposes, because we're not just here having a human body experience. I am not just talking to you through this video or when we sit in our live sessions. My higher self is also conversing with your higher self. So sometimes when we're in conversations or when I'm out in public, I will know when somebody else's higher self is knocking on my door of my energy with a question or wants to engage with me. And I will know when my higher self is engaging with somebody else as well. That's because I've attuned my frequency to be able of, okay, so Ellen says, it's because you're attuning, oh, okay. I'm just going to listen. It's because your vibration is attuned to that of the higher self embodied. You will recognize when another individual is aligned with your energy, because their higher self will show up to you and your higher self will show up to them. That is an alignment of a vibration and a frequency of energy. Whereas people who are a lower vibrational energy and are not aligned with me, they project into my energy. They feel dense. They feel heavy. It feels uncomfortable. It's clearly like it doesn't feel good. I know it's not mine. But those who show up as their higher self, that's how I personally know that somebody is aligned with my energy. So either my higher self has shown up to you or your higher self has shown up to me. Both, says Ellen. Let me tell you, both. That's why you're here. That's why you are drawn to it. That's why you felt called. We're all in this together. We're all here for truth, light, healing, love, expansion, all the beautiful spirit, wonderful, magical things. And to connect with beings who are like us, who are like-minded. It's an incredible thing. So just know that sometimes my frequency and my vibration and channel is coming through to you as my higher self, and vice versa. Sometimes yours is coming through to me so that I know what we're doing. So like, for example, as I'm saying this, I'm literally seeing each of your higher selves show up here, which is incroyable. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. So yes, you can channel the living. Yes, you can channel those that are no longer in the body. Yes, you can channel masters from centuries ago. They've already embodied multiple times after that. But for those, there are some that haven't embodied. Yes, you can channel Sirius. You can channel a Blu-ray healer, I'm hearing. You can channel so many different things and knowings. Now I want to talk about your spirit guide. So, the most important and powerful spirit guide that you have is you, your spirit embodied. Your higher self is your guide. So without going within and connecting to your higher self and your soul's voice, it's difficult to trust or discern your spirit guides. We're taught not to trust ourselves. We are spirit incarnate. Connecting to our higher self requires us to rebuild trust in ourselves because your higher self is your spirit guide. We all have spirit guides. You do not come to the body without a team of spirit working with you and helping you. Some of you will feel like you've had the same spirit guide your whole life. Other people will have different guides show up at different times as you move through different transformation. The guide that you need for the lesson you're learning or the expansion that you're having or the knowing or wisdom that needs to come through to help you, the guide that holds that information or the persona of that guide that resonates for you is who is going to show up. I have had many, many guides. Some have been here my whole life. Some have only been here for part of it. Some only come for a very short amount of time while I'm in the midst of transformation or I'm trying to overcome an obstacle that I've encountered on my journey or in my experience. So spirit guides are very, very powerful and they are here for you. All you have to do is ask. The thing about spirit guides is some of your spirit guides are ancient. Some of your spirit guides are ascended masters. Some of your spirit guides will show up as spirit animals. So like you might have the Black Panther. That is personal empowerment, taking back your power. Different animals hold different meanings when it comes to energetic alignment or what their skills are. So like, for example, the sloth skill is to take it slow and enjoy and feel every essence, whereas the Black Panther or the cheetah, for example, is fast, it is stealthy, it has wit, it's the yang action, whereas the sloth is more like the yin, or the swan might be like the yin. However you wish to look at that. Swans are coming up a lot. I feel like somebody is coming into a spiritual union very, very soon with someone who is meant to be on your path. Because you got to have faith, the faith. So you have to have faith. Some of us, our passed on loved ones, are your guides. So like, for example, Ava, who's my passed on loved one, she is 1000% my guide. I'm seeing a giant bullseye target. You've witnessed this, my friends. So not only that, she's a passed on loved one. She is a guide for me. And here's why she's a guide for me. And I'm so grateful. I needed somebody to affirm when something's coming through that's very powerful and important. Sometimes I might hesitate on it like, oh, I can't say that. I don't want to say that. When Ellen shows up and says, let me tell you, and points her finger in my face, that means say the damn thing. It's important. Little Erin doesn't recognize it's important, but Ellen, she sees it. It's important. Deliver the message, she says. And that's how it rolls. Sometimes the people that we are connected with in life are just soul connected in so many ways, and that includes their passed on loved ones, which is really awesome if you think about it. Not only do you have your passed on loved ones, but all those people who are soul mates, soul connections, those people also, their passed on loved ones are helping you too, because we're all in this together. So spirit guides is an important thing. How do I know that somebody's my spirit guide? So the trick to this is literally all you have to do is call. That's what I'm hearing. And whatever name you receive, whatever energy you receive, you might receive a persona. It might be your loved one saying, hey, I am your spirit guide. It might just be confirming that it's your loved one. Or it could be somebody that you don't know. Native American shamans, warriors with my guides, the ASHTAR Command, I think I've told this story before. If you've not heard it before, I went to the Hall of Records, the Akashic Records, and on the stairs to invite me in was somebody named ASHTAR. This was years ago, and at the time I was like, that is the weirdest name ever. But you feel like love, and it feels like home to me. I just kind of put it over there. I just thought, well, it's a weird name. I've never heard of that before. But okay. And I just allowed myself to be guided. What I didn't realize was that is a powerful guide and a sphere of consciousness in the fifth dimension, which is the ASHTAR Command. Feels like home, which feels like home to me personally. If that feels like home to you, allow that to resonate. Sometimes there is false information going around the collective about the different dimensions. There's also false information about coming through these guides. So it's important to remember when people are channeling guides, sometimes, or like the ASHTAR Command, sometimes the information they're bringing through is attached to a level of fear. It's attached to, it's not mistruths, but it's like wounds in the person's vessel. That's what ASHTAR is saying. When a channel has a wound in their vessel, it's almost like the information that comes through is colored by that person's wound, or distorted by it, or changed by it because there's a wound in the vessel. ASHTAR is saying, but it's okay that that's happening, because usually that person is actually channeling for people who hold that same core frequency wound, and they're all trying to heal it, and that's how they need to hear the message in order to move them further along the evolution. Not because fear is required, but rather because it's to heal that core essence wound. So certain groups of souls will hear that channel and resonate with it for the purposes of healing that core essence wound. It's for a collective set of souls, I want to say. So it's not that it's bad, it's just colored. It's colored with what's required by the person who was sharing that channel, or that it came through. It doesn't mean it's for everyone, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's the whole truth or the absolute truth. Sometimes the person who's channeling, it's the truth that must come through them because it's part of their truth, or what allows them to unravel their own truth. Is a better description, ASHTAR? Yes. Okay. And Ellen is saying, let me tell you. Yes. We're all in this together. So the trick to the guides is, finding out your spirit guide is simply ask. Doesn't matter what the name is. Doesn't matter what they look like. It could be just a knowing. Yes, it might be a passed on loved one that says, hello, it's me. I am your guide. It might be an animal. It might be from an ancient tribe. I'm hearing Mayan. You may get a Mayan. I'm hearing one of you were a Mayan princess, which is really cool. Really cool. You were a Mayan princess in a past life, and all of the knowings and wisdom coming from that life is going to be attributed into your physical, embodied, whole self spirit form now. So that's only for a very specific person. You'll know if it's yours. I'm seeing somebody's higher self raising their hand. That was mine. So channeling is a big topic, and there's a lot of different things that happen in the realms of channeling, because it is attuning to the frequencies of the divine, of consciousness, on planes of existence that perhaps we never knew existed, but really our soul always knew that, because spirit sees and knows all.